If you're a grandparent who wants to leave something truly lasting for your grandchildren and not just a gift, but a financial foundation that could grow for decades, this video is for you. I'm joined by Tucker Watkins, the CFP, who spent 35 years helping families to build generational wealth. Tucker, grandparents are a huge part of your practice. Can you tell us why?
Well, yes, because grandparents have wisdom, as we've said, the famous Dutch saying, too soon we get old, too late we get smart. So as we get older, we get wisdom. And the wisdom is where we look back in time and think, wow, if I'd only done something differently. Well, one of the things that grandparents can do is they can set up their grandkids on a path for financial security, such that the grandparents never had themselves. So it's a lasting way to build a pathway to financial security for their grandkids. One of my clients calls her grandkids her adorable grandkids, and I think that's magical. So what I'm going to walk you through today is a safe, tax-advantaged way to put the kids on a pathway towards long-term financial security. How Index Universal Life works is this. The premiums go in, a part goes to the cost of insurance and administrative expenses, and yet the rest goes into the cash value side. And the cash value side will grow based upon the performance of an index, usually the S&P 500. So for example, the S&P 500 index, you might have a cap on it of 10% per year or 12% per year. So it can go up when the market goes up, and yet when the market goes down, it simply goes flat. So there's a floor on it. The floor might be 0%, it might be 1/4 of 1%, but in any case, if the indexes go down, your account does not go down by the equity. It only would still have the cost of insurance, of course. So in this strategy, then, it continues to grow over time to give your grandchild the benefit of the power of compounding. So let's talk about that. Albert Einstein once said that the power of compounding is the eighth wonder of the world. And I think that's pretty neat. And also, one of the prior governors of the state of Texas, her name was Ann Richards, she came up with a really interesting phrase where she says, early money is like yeast. It makes dough grow. And I think that's corny, but it's certainly memorable. And I think on that, we should probably wrap up the answer to your question, which is why I'm so passionate about helping grandparents build strategies like this for their kids. And I might make one more comment, which is this. Another mentor for anyone studying investments is Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett once very famously said, in answer to a journalist's question, the journalist said, well, what are the rules of investing? And Warren Buffett said, well, there's two rules of investing. Rule number one, never lose money. Rule number two, remember rule number one. So what Index Universal Life gives for your grandchild is the opportunity to participate in a upside when the market goes up with downside protection. So you're actually giving your grandchild a chance to embody the Warren Buffett rules of investing. So the benefit to your child is this, grandchild is this. The grandchild would get a permanent life insurance policy that can never be taken away. It would give your grandchild the upside opportunity of the S&P 500 with downside protection, complete tax deferral, and if the child wants to access funds, the child can borrow against them, against the death benefit in a tax-advantaged manner. And by keeping the policy in force for the entire lifetime of the grandchild, eventually the grandchild could use it to create a tax-advantaged retirement.
If the grandchild is a minor and can't enter into a contract, how does ownership work?
Yeah, good question. You're right. If the grandchild is a minor, she or he can enter into contracts. So what we do is we have usually the parent take ownership of it. The grandparent can fund the premiums. And then what happens is that when the minor reaches age 21, there's something known as a transfer of ownership.
If the grandchild is a minor and can't enter into a contract, how does the ownership work?
Yes, you're right. Because if the grandchild is a minor, she or he can't enter into a contract. So what we do is we use a custodianship where it's what's called the Uniform Transfers to Minors Act, where the parent would be the owner, the grandparent would be the funder, and then when the child reached age 21, then there'd be a very simple ownership change. It's simply done with a one-page form from the life insurance company, where the ownership then transfers from the custodian, the parent, to the child, and then the child can continue to own it. After that time, if the parents wanted to continue to fund it or the grandparents wanted to continue to fund it, the premiums can come from any source, but that's how the ownership works. There you go.
Oh. So what if the grandchild's health changes later?
Oh, yes, that's a wonderful question because simple looking at life experience, usually younger people are healthier than older people. That's been my experience for sure. And by having this young person get the life insurance while she or he is young and healthy, if down the road there's a health issue, maybe a cancer or heart issue or a stroke or kidney disorder or heart attacks, then what happens is that the life insurance is still there and it doesn't get canceled because it is a contract between the insured and the life insurance company. The other thing I'll say, and I've seen this happen many times, is that many times when people are young and they get older, then they come down with some health issues, then they try to apply for life insurance, and they find out either that now they're qualified, but they're going to have to pay much higher premiums, or they get flat out denied and they become uninsurable. So by having a permanent life insurance plan in place on the grandchild, you're giving that child multiple blessings. So here's what they are. Number one, you provided a permanent life insurance plan that will be with your granddaughter or grandson forever. And you'll be providing upside opportunity for growth. Remember, it grows up to a cap of 10 or 12% per year with a floor of 0. So it goes up, and when the stock market goes down, it goes flat. When the stock market goes up, it goes up. When the stock market goes down, it goes flat. So that's what's called the ratchet method.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. If this strategy sounds like a fit for your grandchild, go ahead and click the link below or go to tuckerwatkins.net and book a call with Tucker. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Bye now.